Welcome back with Happy Chopper, and I just see word confessions. Made me think about how my mum would send me to confessions to go to a priest to confess my sins. But as I got older, I realised that wasn't what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go to somebody that had the same stature or the same qualities as I. No better, no worse. Just a being, the same as I. Why would I confess to them? Did not make any sense because they dressed in a certain way, because they hold their establishment in a certain way. Did not make any sense to me to give my sins to another. And where was he going to take them to? God? Could I not pray to God myself? Which is what I end up doing. And I found in doing that, as much as praying to God, it was praying to myself, yet praying to God as the one Almighty who created all. But praying to God through myself as a vessel. So I would speak to myself in a way that questioning if I thought I'd done something wrong. And I began to do this instantly when I do something wrong. I would find that if I done something wrong, it could be something small. Maybe broke something by accident and got scared to tell my parents. So I try to hide it or cover it up. But instantly I'd be thinking, is that what I should do? Is that right? Maybe if I just told the truth, it'd be okay. And that brought me to always be telling the truth. No matter what happened, I always found that it was the way. Which brings me to, I watched many films and I've seen things where accidents happen and where lives could be lost because of them accidents. And I know it's only movies, but they all come from somewhere. And I'm sure you'll be able to put this into your life in some form or another. But when someone loses a life due to an accident, what you'll find in films is they start covering it up. Like it was an intentional for that, like it was intended for that to happen. While it showed that it was clearly an accident. I never got that in some films, and I used to think, why don't you just tell the truth? And it would be seen that it was an accident, and everyone can go home and be free from it all, as it clearly was an accident. if it was intended, yes, I could see why they'd be trying to cover it up. But when I've seen accidents in films and they're covering it up and it becomes a murder case, um, it doesn't make any sense. And yet, what's that put out to the people? Not to tell the truth, to cover up the truth. Even if it was an accident, to cover it up. Because you'd be punished if you didn't. Which is just wrong straight away. And it's a wrong way to put out something to give somebody that perspective to look at it. So what's their intentions going to be if something like that happens? If someone passed away accidentally, cover it up? I just think it gives off the wrong intent. It's not what the way we should be seeing things, and yet we don't see it, but yet it's been programmed into us. But my whole point is being truthful to whatever, no matter how small or how big it is. If you can't be truthful, then you're never being truthful to yourself. Because if you're like me in any way, which I'm sure you are because you're a being, then you will have felt towards that in some way or another of what you did. And you will know what is right and what is wrong. As I said before the fire, if I told you to put your hand in it, you'd know that was wrong to do because you would get burnt. So you wouldn't do it. But yet if you did do it, why would you have done it? To show off, to be egotistic, to think that you were better than something that you are? Or maybe there was a circuit not working somewhere. But if you knew what was right and what was wrong, to do that or not to do that, then you know through your life what is right and wrong. And when you start hiding things and not being truthful to yourself, then it's going to fall back on you, because it's going to look so much worse than it was, even if it was an accident. Like I said at the start, if I tossed and broke something and hid it from my parents, well, they're going to look at it when the truth comes out. Why did I hide it? What else have you hid? So it begins a big story into something that it may have been nothing. Yet, if I tell the truth, they could be angry at first that something that they enjoyed was broke, but they would have that respect and knowing that I was truthful about it and that they could trust me. So you've got two options in life: to go with the trust and being honest, or to go with the lie and have people think of stories of, don't know about that, don't know if I can trust them on that, they lied about this, they lied about that. Choices. So, confessions. Always best to confess straight away to yourself and get it sorted. So whenever you do get questioned, you can be honest about it. Just my thought. Honesty is the best policy. Probably the only policy you should have. But hey, that's just my view. This is Happy Chopper. Love and peace.